Welcome to Catholic Messenger Conversations podcast. Today our conversation partner is Father Ross Epping, who's been one of our guests before. He's the campus chaplain for St. Ambrose University in Davenport and pastor of St. Peter Parish in Buffalo. Father Ross is leaving the Quad City region, how could you, this summer to begin his new assignment as parochial administrator of St. Mary Parish in Fairfield and St. Alphonsus Parish in Mount Pleasant. So let's get the conversation rolling.
Good.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah, great. Good to be back. I started my time at St. Ambrose on this podcast, and I'm ending my time.
Isn't that cool?
At Ambrose on this podcast. So full circle.
Like bookends, you know?
Good to be.
Okay, great. So you've had a variety of assignments in your 8 years as priest. I didn't realize it's been 8 years. How could that be?
I know. You're telling me.
Oh, my gosh. So parochial victor, not victor. Sorry, you're a parochial vicar. Sorry about that. A pastor, vocations director, campus chaplain. How have these assignments shaped your ministry today as a campus chaplain and pastor of a small parish in Buffalo?
Yeah, each placement really has gifted me different insights, along with different challenges, different graces, different joys, and different hardships. When I was first starting out as a parochial vicar of St. John Vianney, the bishop also asked me to be chaplain of Assumption. So I was at Assumption just for a short one school year before I moved out to Grinnell to be pastor of St. Mary. And I loved it. I loved being there. I have loved all my assignments. But I think maybe that one particularly geared me towards ministry, or what ministry to young people looks like on a regular basis. At a parish, you minister alongside young people through religious ed or confirmation classes, but it's not like a fully immersed experience.
Oh, that's
they come and they go, and they have their own lives outside of a parish, just like everybody. But at a university is much different. So while they aided in my growth towards ministry as a chaplain, none of them fully prepared me for chaplaincy at a university level. Wow. Because this ministry is just so different. There is only young people all of the time. It is an incredibly fast-paced environment. The community is constantly changing every year or every semester. So you've got new people coming in. You've got people moving out. So I don't know if they fully prepared me for chaplaincy, but perhaps the most important or the biggest thing they taught me was to not get so, tied up in minute, stupid details. There's so much life and love to experience among young people. There's so much relationship to build. And getting hung up on just minuscule things, like we can often do in the church, is just a recipe for disaster, really, in a chaplaincy. Wow.
That's fascinating. So what do you appreciate most in your role as a campus chaplain?
What do I appreciate most? The relationships that I have built with the students here. They are my joy. They are my they're my ministry, but more than that, they're a reminder to me that life is good, and it has the potential to be so full. These young people, they're trying to figure themselves out and trying to map out what their future might look like, and they, at the same time, they're trying to also map out what their present looks like who they're going to spend time with, who they're going to fall in love with, what they're interested in, how they're going to get involved, and their courage and their faith is a constant inspiration to me.
That's cool. So these are young people who are, committed to their faith, right? It sounds like, who come in.
Sure. But at all different levels, right?
Okay, yeah.
All the students come in at varying levels of faith commitment, of spiritual background. So it's not just like only faith-filled, church-going Catholics.
Okay.
Right? Who are an inspiration to me. It's everybody. It's all of them who have the courage to step into an environment that they do not know, that they may very well be incredibly uncomfortable with, and to start to craft.
What inspires them to do that? To take that leap of faith, so to speak?
No, I think embedded in all of us is, this desire for adventure, and a desire to experience life. And the thing about young people is they have not been so jaded by the world and by other people yet that they have this sort of
idealism?
Yeah, idealism, or maybe just a lot more radically open. Than I don't know, you and I might be.
Oh, for sure.
In any sort of uncomfortable situation, right?
Yeah.
I think the older we get, the more resistant we become to being uncomfortable. Because we have crafted what our, ideals are, or our ideations are.
Does that keep you? You're a young priest.
Sure.
And many, many years younger than I am, of course.
Okay.
But so I'm thinking, though, does this keep you young, so to speak? Does it keep you young in ideas? Does it keep you young in inspiration?
Yeah. Let me preface, I have grown a million gray hairs since I started here 3 years ago. I just recently got a haircut, praise God.
Okay.
Because it is such a fast-paced environment. However, the thing that maybe the best way to say this, they remind me, so maybe in a way, they keep me young in that discomfort or this ongoing discovery of what am I looking for in life? Is never over. And it doesn't have to be over. You don't ever have to settle. And they are certainly not settling. They are out and about discovering.
Oh, that is so cool. That's so cool. So what drives you crazy in your role as a campus chaplain?
Yeah, I don't know if anything drives me particularly crazy. I don't have any sort of, nothing. You'd really have to push my buttons to get me agitated to a point where I am driven crazy. However, maybe rephrased into what is difficult or what can be hard is the college lifestyle. The thing, the older we get, right, our days begin to shift. Maybe a little bit earlier and earlier, right?
Yeah.
So when we wake up and we go to our jobs at 7:30, 8 a.m., right? The lifestyle of a university is doesn't bode well for your typical schedule, right?
Yeah.
So there are very few days where I have anything scheduled before 10 a.m.
Right.
Unless it's some sort of administrative meeting or appointment with the president or, the cabinet or something. However, there are plenty of days where I have meetings or things scheduled for 10:30 p.m., So your day kind of varies wildly throughout the week. So I might come into the office at 10 a.m. and I might not get home until 11:30 p.m. that evening, So that is one difficult aspect of chaplaincy. The need to be very open to different people's schedules.
Well, and you've got to be on all the time, right?
And they swing constantly. So, yeah.
So, okay, describe a day in the life of your life as a campus chaplain. How does it begin? Like, I don't get up that early. I mean, I get up early, but I do a lot of things before I go to work.
Yeah. I am also doing. I am doing things before I go to work as well. So I get up at home around like 6. Mm-hmm. I make coffee. I take the dog out.
What's your dog's name?
His name is Tut. He is a 60-pound pit bull boxer mix.
Oh my gosh!
That I rescued in Marshalltown when I was pastor in Grinnell. So I take him out in the mornings, and then I sit on my patio for, I don't know, maybe about an hour doing my morning prayer and meditation for the day. And then I get ready, and I'm over in the office typically between 9:30 and 10 a.m.
Perfect.
If I don't have any early morning meetings. And from there, my mornings usually consist of getting up to date on emails or kind of like fishing through the calendar to see what I need to have prepared for that day's afternoon and evening, right? Because that's going to be my pretty busy time.
Right.
So I pop home for lunch to take Tut out again, and I come back. And then the afternoon is typically the time where I am meeting with students doing spiritual direction or meeting with students doing advising on their papers or their theology assignments or such like that. Evenings typically are for athletic events or peer campus minister appointments or meetings. Cool. Or Wednesday night masses, adoration, sacrament of reconciliation. Those are the things that take up my evenings.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, so good days,
really
long days.
Yeah.
But good, yeah.
Oh, that's great. So tell me about spiritual direction. Is that something that you really relish?
Yeah, I love it. It's so good. I am always honored that the students trust me with their own experiences of life and talking through those experiences and what they mean in the midst of their relationship with God and the world. But yeah, they are also inspiring always to me.
Oh, that's cool. Right? Do you get a lot of takers for reconciliation?
Yep, you bet.
Wow.
You bet. We have 3 times for adoration throughout the week, Mondays, Wednesday evenings, Thursday evenings.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we have plenty of takers.
Great. Oh, great. That's awesome. So now, what is your approach to evangelizing young adult Catholics? Maybe I shouldn't have said young adult Catholics, maybe, because they could be people who are seekers too.
Yeah, definitely. I think Catholics, seekers, non-seekers, they are all, being chaplain of St. Ambrose University, right? They are all
yours,
my students. So what is my approach? I think it depends on who they are and what kind of background they're bringing. Mm-hmm. If I'm out and about at the WRC or at your Saturday morning football game,
what's the WRC? Is that
it's the fitness center?
Okay, that's
on campus. Yeah. So like if I'm at those places, I'm not gonna evangelize the same way I would at the chapel or in my office. Perhaps the most important thing to do on a university campus is to encounter the student as they are, whoever they may be, wherever they may come from. Our greatest desire is to be known and to be seen. Mm-hmm. That is everyone's deepest, most heartfelt desire in their life. And I think sometimes in the name of evangelization, we can skip that part. And we go right to the person of Jesus Christ, whom we know or we may know, but the person sitting across from us may not.
Yeah.
And perhaps more to the point, we don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
And so getting to know them, their passions, their desires, their wants in this life, what drives them, going to their wrestling meets and their football games and their pickup volleyball matches, those are the evangelizing moments of a university chaplain.
Okay, so is that where you have a conversation with them about things? I mean, is that kind of what it looks like in a way?
About what? About dinner in the calf that day? Sure. Yeah. About God? No.
No. Yeah.
Definitely,
I mean, you ask them about their interests or where they came, from, or
who are they, or
studying, or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. You bet. The nice thing about being university chaplain is everyone knows who you are. It's not like you're some sort of.
Yeah. Do you wear your clerics all the time?
Yeah.
Or not?
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except for like on Saturdays when I'm at the football game.
Oh,
right?
okay.
I'll wear shorts and a Ambrose t-shirt, whatever. But more than that, they just know who you are, who I am, because I have welcomed them at their orientation, their freshman orientation.
Right.
I have led a session for them at their welcome week, right when they move onto campus. I have taught in their Catholic Studies course, or I have prayed at their football games, or I have sent them an email with the bulletin in it, or they have come across all of us celebrating Mass outside by the grotto. A million different
All of those
ways.
are wonderful.
A million different ways to know somebody, but also a million different ways to get to know somebody.
Yeah.
So radical openness is the way of evangelizing.
What happens when you meet a student who is really maybe not in the best of moods or the best of spaces in their head? I mean, how do you deal with difficult situations?
Sure. I think one of the important things to remember or to keep in mind is that I am coming into their environment.
Yeah.
They live here all the time, and I don't, right? I have a house off campus, and I have a parish that I also go to on the weekends. I am coming into their area, and so if they're not in the right headspace or they don't want to talk, just like moments in your day or my day, right, where I don't want to see anybody and I need to decompress, so be it. Go have at it. Go hang out by yourself, or do whatever you need to do.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good. So, how do you make the transition every week from campus chaplain at St. Ambrose to pastor of St. Peter in Buffalo?
Yeah, wildly different communities.
I bet.
I love them both. I have really authentically loved my time in Buffalo at St. Peter.
Cool.
The parish is pretty small compared to almost all other parishes.
What would you say, how many people on a Sunday might be at Mass?
60, 65.
Okay.
There's like 15 pews.
Yeah.
We're a small community out there. Mm-hmm. So the transition between the two, while St. Ambrose is fast-paced, constantly moving, people coming in and out of your life, in and out of your office all the time, St. Peter is not like that. St. Peter is slow. St. Peter is peaceful. St. Peter is, methodical.
That is a transition.
And so jumping between the two is good for me because St. Peter, the people of St. Peter particularly, remind me that it's good to take a breath and to chill out and to slow down. I remember one of the very first Sundays there, the deacon Larry, turned to me and he said, "You pray the Our Father a little more quickly than we do here."
That's
and
great.
So every Sunday I think about that. Like we can slow things down. I don't have to. We're not in a hurry.
Oh,
This community is not used to being fast paced, and that is totally fine. And also kind of a nice breather for me.
Wow.
Apart from that, right? Just writing a homily, maybe for St. Peter, is not going to translate incredibly well to the same community or to a different community here among 18 to 21, 22-year-olds. So writing two different homilies for a weekend is pretty typical.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I love writing homilies. It's one of my favorite
Oh,
things
that's
that I get
great.
to do. So,
Oh, yeah, and you're a good
I don't mind.
writer, really good writer.
I don't mind doing that at all. But it is certainly, there are certainly a lot of transitions between the two. Not terribly difficult, though.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. So, what do you appreciate most about being a pastor?
I would say there's a lot of things that are great about ministering in a parish, being a parish priest. The days are always completely different, although that is true of chaplaincy at a university as well. But also in a parish, my community is so varying. I might come in contact with an 95-year-old and a 7-year-old or a 2-month-old all in one Sunday or weekday. But on top of that, each parish has its own culture and its own identity. And I just really enjoy immersing myself and
in that parish community.
Getting to know what that culture is and what that identity might be.
Do you sometimes get called, like for like an emergency call, like to go see someone in the hospital or someone's dying? I mean, during the week while you're doing your ministry here at the campus?
Oh, sure. Yes. Yeah.
I suppose it doesn't happen often. But
no, it doesn't happen all the time.
But do you drop everything to do that then?
Yeah. And I'm also not the only person on the campus ministry staff here.
Oh, okay.
Ambrose, right? So other people can jump in, and if I'm not going to be around, which happens, I also, want to meet with my office manager for St. Peter periodically throughout the week to go over bills and to go over sacramental records, that kind of thing. So it's not out of the ordinary for me to step away from campus and take care of things at St. Peter. It happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just let people know that I won't be around.
And so then I'm wondering, I was going to ask you what drives you crazy as a pastor, but maybe I should say, what is the challenge? What is difficult about being a pastor?
Yeah, I think I just talked about this. Actually, I just preached about this with the students not that long ago at a daily mass. One of the biggest challenges of parish ministry is that oftentimes well-meaning people forget that me as priest, but also everybody else, is trying their best.
Yeah.
We are all living this life for the very first time. And I have been living this life for the first time for 34 years, and somebody else might be living it for the first time for 80 years, right? But all of us are trying our best.
Yeah.
And we really ought to be learning how to extend grace towards one another.
Oh, yeah.
More often than crabby attitudes. And, I think we can quickly forget that we are all human and that we are all trying. And that even though folks might not be meeting your expectations that you have set for them, we're all just really trying our best.
Yeah.
And your expectations might be unfair anyway. So,
are you getting that grace through prayer? Is that what, and the sacraments? How do you get to that point? That is hard. But it sounds like you've got that.
Yeah, it is certainly hard. But I think also to appropriately call folks out when they're not in that, just to remind them, right? That we ought to be, that is the space where we ought to be living our lives from and encountering one another from. And I get it, right? It's hard. It's hard to do that, especially when emotions are high or whatever. People are completely failing to meet those expectations, right? Like, it is hard.
Do you see emotions being a lot higher these days than, say, 5 or 6 when you started as a priest, or not necessarily?
Yeah, I would say yes. And we might chalk that up to living our lives in a post-pandemic society. But I think also like the residual effects of the pandemic and the self-isolation and the greater reliance on social media has hindered our ability to be able to encounter one another in a grace-filled way.
Yeah.
So we're all just kind of short and crabby with each other way more often than we really ought to be.
Yeah.
Also, we just, we
So
say
what's your
things
remedy for that? How do we fix that?
Great question. I think the Holy Father, Pope Francis, literally just in his latest address to the Swiss guards who were commissioned just this week.
Yeah.
He said to them, please make sure that you're putting down your phone and that you are stepping out of your own isolation so that you can build fraternity with one another, because it is in that space where we encounter Christ. That is the remedy. I think we just have forgotten how to be with and for each other. And I think the older we get, the easier it is for us to self-isolate and to hide behind those devices.
Yeah.
So
that's wonderful.
That's the road out of that.
That's
now, how we get to that point is hard.
That's a great, just even for a few minutes, set down the.
Yeah.
I was at a Eucharistic revival in Burlington for teenagers, and the priest said, and it was funny. He just said, instead of sending 100 texts, maybe just send 50 in one day. And I thought that was pretty. I mean, it seemed funny at the time, but I thought, that might be a realistic kind of suggestion.
No kidding.
And I thought that was kind of cool. So I'm just wondering, what do you, I was going to ask you how you would describe your vocation as priest, fulfilling, challenging, or both. But there's some other questions I want to get to too. So, but
both.
Okay.
Always both.
Always both. Okay.
It is fulfilling, and it is incredibly challenging.
Are you grateful?
Human beings are challenging.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of layers to a human being's heart.
Yeah.
And so anytime that you are in a ministry or vocation or job that deals with people, which is most of them, you're going to face a lot of challenges. However, working alongside and ministering alongside and to human beings is also incredibly fulfilling.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, always.
So are you glad you said yes?
Yes.
To the priesthood.
I am. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I bet I am.
It's always good to hear that. And so what do you do? Did you have downtime? What do you do in your downtime?
Yeah. I take a day off.
Yeah.
I have downtime.
So do you just walk? Do you and Tut go running or what?
We do. We go out. I go see my folks.
Oh, good.
They live outside of Cedar Rapids, so they're not that far, so I get to go see them. I have two really close friends who live in Peoria, Zach and Meredith, who I see at least once a month.
Oh, that's cool.
I love them. They have 3 boys and a girl who I just baptized their daughter.
Oh, that's cool.
Just a couple of weeks ago. And so I go see them often. I don't know. It depends on the day. If it's nasty and cold or rainy or snowy, I'll stay in and play video games and chill out and relax.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Are you a good housekeeper, or do you have someone to keep your house for you?
No, I keep my house for me. I know how to keep house well.
Okay. Are you a good cook? Do you cook for yourself?
I do. I cook, yeah. It depends, right? It depends on the week. Here at Ambrose, your evenings are pretty busy.
Yeah.
So it depends on, it depends on the day or the week. If it's going to be summer or maybe sometimes during the winter, things are a little bit more chill, then I'll have more time to cook at home.
Oh, that's good.
Otherwise, I'll grab something here on campus
that's great.
to eat.
Okay, and I did want to ask you, so you're going to be going to Fairfield and Mount Pleasant, right?
Correct.
So, I know this is kind of a silly question, but what the heck? Who would be your first guest for dinner, a saint or a sinner?
They dead or they alive?
Your choice. If you're feeding someone who's dead, that's not going to be very hard.
I think the answer is who among the saints is not also a sinner?
That's a good point.
Right? And who among sinners is not also striving for sainthood, right?
Yeah.
So
you can invite
who
me.
Who is it? Anybody, right? Anybody. Everybody. You come on over for dinner, right? You, a sinner who is also striving to be a saint. Me, a sinner who is also striving to be a saint. Right?
Okay. I guess so.
It doesn't matter.
Wow. I guess that's where we... no, do you have any other thoughts you want at parting shots?
No. Thank you.
I love having podcast conversations with you. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
you enlighten me and inspire me. I mean, you're a great example of someone who's a companion on the journey, right?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
And you as well. So
okay.
I appreciate it too.
So we see you next time. We'll have to do one from a remote from Fairfield, right?
Happily.
Okay.
I will happily join you.
Awesome.